Adding a Fat Boy 7 gallon per minute. Now, some people might shame me on this, but instead of mounting this with screws or bolts, I'm just zip tying it and doubling up on this. Got them to the side. I got a 3/4 by 1/2 inch going in and a 1/2 inch going out, and that'll go to my reel. But yeah, zip ties are working out so far. Alright, so with the 7 gallon per minute Fat Boy, it requires 12 gauge at least 12 gauge or greater. So I'm going to put 10 gauge on with a 30 amp fuse, as you can see. So I got a 30 amp fuse in. There you go. Little protector, and like I said, I got 10 gauge, so it's a little thicker, and I'm gonna hook it up to right to here. It's not really a good cut, so I'm gonna cut that. All right, so that's cut. It's gonna be difficult to do one-handed, so oh, the things you do for video. So I got that side cut. I'm gonna put it in with there you go. Now it's in there. It's in there like that. They're connected. Pretty good connection anyway. And then these are the heat shrink ones. Let that chill out, and we got a pretty good connection. Pretty good connection. Now I'm gonna do the same thing for the black. I went ahead and got 10 gauge black again, just to, you know, when they call for 12, why not, you know, just to be you know, a little bit of overkill. And people don't like these 12 volt pumps. I think it's just because they're not wiring them correctly. I've seen guys on videos wiring up 7 gallon per minute 12 volts with like 16 gauge wire, and they wonder why they crap out. So get yourself a nice thick gauge wire like this one, 10 gauge. So, and that, my friends, is how you video. They're connected. Like I said, it calls for 12 gauge, so the factory puts 12 on it. I added 10. They're connected, and then just to, you know, just to test, I got to add a shut-off switch. But when I connect this, it will it should, when I connect here, it should spark and go up. So it's working. So now I gotta plumb it. with some banjos. So what I'm going to do is on the outlet, I'm going to put this on the 1/2-inch hose, and then it's going to go into the reel. So I can switch, essentially, so I can switch from my 5 gallon per minute to the 7 gallon per minute whenever I need. And then the outlet, which is the 3/4 hose coming out here, I'll put this on the end so I can put it into my proportioner, so I can switch if I want to hit. All it is a quick couple, boom, and a quick couple into the hose reel, and I can switch from the 5 to the 7. So hope that makes sense. When you have a hard time getting these on, you know, it's hard to get these in. So heat gun, little Harbor Freight, just heat it up a little bit. You don't have to go crazy, just enough to get it soft. I mean, it's basically effortless. And then you just make sure it's completely on there. Give it a nice little, give it a few minutes to cool down. And then put your thing there and just wait a little bit, a couple minutes, well, not a couple minutes, a couple of seconds. Let it cool down and just tighten her up. That's why I always buy Harbor Freight tools. Everything rusts up, man. My screwdriver's rusted up. So I can't pull the things out of my 5-in-1. But yeah, there you go. That ain't going nowhere. Alright, so now I put on the, this is the inlet side of my pump, alright? Just to show you guys how the banjos work. I put a 3/4 barb by 3/4 thread, and I'm gonna just pop my cam lock on so I can throw it right on my proportioner. So you just put a couple wraps of Teflon on. And then screw this sucker on. Okay, that's on there. Alright guys, what's up? So this is the end. Everything's good to go. You've seen how I wired it up. I put, you know, this came from the factory like this. No fuses, no nothing. So this is 12 gauge wire. I attached black 10 gauge and red 10 gauge. I hooked a 30 amp fuse. I just connect that to my positive side of the battery. Black to the black, and it's pumping. I want to throw a shutoff valve in there so I can just leave it connected. This side's the inlet right here, so it gets sucked in, comes across, pushed out this side. This is 3/4, comes down and around to a banjo valve. I put a banjo valve on. I explained to you guys in videos earlier why I like these so much, and so I can switch in and out. Then the outlet is 1/2 inch, and it's got a male banjo, all right, because that's going to plug, it's going to get pushed out that, and right here is my hose reel. There's a super swivel, and it's got a female banjo on it, so my 5 gallon per minute's hooked up. So I'll pop this off, pop the other male banjo for my 7, and then I'm pumping 7 gallon per minute now. So now all I want to, if I want to wash with 7 gallons per minute, all I got to do is pop this banjo valve and pop the real banjo valve, and I'll be washing with 7 gallons per minute, and then put my wires on the terminals, put it with a little flip of the switch, we'll be rolling. So those of you guys that are a little afraid of 12 volts, it's not hard, just got to wire it correctly. It calls for 12 gauge. I recommend 10 and a 30 amp fuse, and you're good to go. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, wash on.